Ciao Juventini of the world, my name is Giuseppe, welcome back on the channel. Today it's Saturday and I hope you are doing well. I hope you are as happy as Mr. Happy. I hope so. And I'm sure you will at a certain moment of this video. Because of course the big news will be Romelu Lukaku. That from a villain, like he was described a few days ago, became again a hero. I will give you all the details of that new narrative. But also how close he is to sign for Roma to come back to Serie A. And also the consequences that this can be or have for Juventus, with Dusan Vlahovic that is 99.9% sure to stay at Juve. Happy, yes, but at what cost is the big question that we will try to answer in today's video. An update about Federico Chiesa that yesterday was possibly linked to Liverpool, and then of course if this afternoon there will be the press conference of Massimiliano Allegri at 2 p.m, well, we can already start imagining the lineup, the formation for tomorrow, because tomorrow, again, the most important thing, more important than Mercato, our boys are back on the field with a big question mark. Will we be able to give continuity of that fantastic, beautiful first half against Udinese? Will we be able to give continuity to the 3 points? So a lot of things to speak about in today's video. If you didn't yet put a maximum of like, continue to subscribe to the channel. You know how much this is helping the channel to continue to grow, and I promised you, more we grow, more I'm able to do fantastic things. You know, guys, it's not a casualty. It's not, you know, like this, that Romeo Agresti is a permanent person every single Thursday on the channel. This is also thanks to you. So don't forget, likes, subscribe to the channel, because now we are about to start. So if you are a loyal of the channel, you perfectly know that we spoke every single day about Romelu Lukaku to Juventus. And every single day, my guilty pleasure was to go to the Italian pages to understand how they were describing Lukaku. He became a traitor. He became a businessman, a contract chaser, he became overweight, all these kind of things on the front pages and inside articles from Italian media. From Lukaku in huge, in big, with a nerazzurro shirt, he became smaller and smaller and smaller and more topless and more topless and more topless. Well, all these kind of things totally changed today, because from all these descriptions, he became today again, or since yesterday morning again, a world-class player. He became a Serie A loyal legend, a professional that never stopped training during the summer. He is again in top form, a respectable person that refused the huge contract offers from Saudi Arabia because he didn't want to. For him, the project was important, playing in a European team was important, the challenge was important. A person that is able to positively change the destiny of the team that he will play for. Welcome back, Romelu Lukaku. It's even more funny, It's even more funny because you're opening the pages and you see Gazzetta dello Sport with Roma, Colossal Lukaku. Colossal referring, of course, to Il Colosseo in Italy. He's huge, he's big. Look at the size of Romelu Lukaku on the front page of Gazzetta dello Sport. In top form, ready to dress that beautiful shirt of Roma. That fantastic shirt that everyone is loving because it's really pure and beautiful. Well, he's ready and he became again Colossal. Inside Gazzetta dello Sport, Lukaku, c'è la Roma. Lukaku, there is Roma, and this time not only the shirt but also the short. He's in the full kit of Roma. Blitz a surprise travel from Friedkin to London to find an agreement for Romelu Lukaku. But what is funny is that suddenly again we see the impressive stats of Romelu at Inter in Serie A. 3 seasons, fantastic, a lot of appearances, a lot of goals. They are really again praising what he was able to do in the past. But even there, they are again exaggerating. I believe the one that wrote the article today, even himself was a bit ashamed. Went home, went into the shower like this, you know, like what did I do? What did I do? I was forced of my boss, because at a certain moment in the article they are comparing Romelu Lukaku and Paulo Dybala to 2 huge legends of the Bianconeri, Charles and Sivori. They couldn't find someone to compare them to from Roma, from Inter, no, from Juve, and they went super far away to the past, to Sivori and Charles, that again, for the kids that do not know who these people are, they were legends. They still are legends of the Bianconeri. Maybe again a big change in narrative. Corriere dello Sport, that since the beginning, because they were the first one, they pushed that narrative Lukaku to Juve Well, without shame today, without saying sorry to the Juventini, today they start with big Roma, with a smiling, celebrating Lukaku with his fist in the air. In the background, of course, originality, creativity, Il Colosseo, fantastic. They are just fantastic, my friends. What is missing before speaking about the consequences for Juve? Well, Fabrizio Romano reported that Roma is about to make a big push for Romelu. They want it as soon as possible. The loan can happen today, and Chelsea is expecting two things: contribution to the salary, so a salary coverage, and then also a loan fee. Things that they were refusing to Inter. They didn't want to send him on loan to Inter, probably because Inter was exaggerating, because they wanted the player that they sold for how much? 120 million euro. They wanted every time to go with a lease for Lukaku, where Chelsea said absolutely not. And for Juventus, if we have to understand the situation there, it's because we were not speaking about the loan, we were speaking about a swap deal. Vlahovic to Chelsea with Romelu Lukaku and money to Juventus. What was the money? Because that's why Lukaku is not a Juventus player today. The money requests from Juventus were about 40-50 million euro on top of Romelu for Vlahovic, while Chelsea stopped at 20-25. Now, I spoke you so many times about the positive change that Juventus made during the summer. I know that a lot of people, they are thinking that Cristiano Giuntoli is bringing zero to Juventus, but it's not true, because in fact we can see that we have a new way of doing things, and actually a total normal way of doing things. We ask a price. If the other team is not happy with the price that we are requesting, we can potentially sit in another meeting, decreasing a bit, playing a bit about the way, the formula, but that's the price. And the price is the one that we are setting. And that's why today I'm quite proud to say that for Zakaria, he went to the team that was able to offer us the money. Yesterday, by the way, Zakaria played as a central defender. Strange. Anyway, but for Dusan Vlahovic, the same. Juventus a few years ago, probably pressed by the rush of selling players, would have accepted probably 25 million euro plus Romelu Lukaku for Dusan Vlahovic. And that's something that we didn't do today. And I'm quite proud about that big change, because if you're able to sell your players for the price that you have set, well, you can do a lot better, a lot better. Tuttosport, and that's important. Tuttosport is speaking about the tifosi. Hanno vinto I tifosi. It's the victory of the supporters. You know that we did it several times. Noi Lukaku non lo vogliamo. Is it really a victory of the supporters? Well, I told you in the beginning of the day, we have now a 99.9% reassurance that Vlahovic will stay at Juve. Will it be like that? There is still an option. Stay on the video. Don't forget, stay on the video, because I will tell you something that we can possibly doubt about. But is it really the victory of the supporters? Well, if we speak about the romantic side of the story, absolutely yes. It's top, it's beautiful. The 23 years old guy that after 18 months at Juve wanted to stay at Juve, showing the name on his shirt, that is now staying at Juve, having one more chance to show his fantastic potential. If we are speaking about on the field, well, romantic and on the field are two things that can be paired. Well, Dusan Vlahovic in couple, in duo, in tandem with Federico Chiesa, it's something that all the supporters wanted. It's something that potentially, like we said yesterday, can bring you 40 goals. 40 goals in a season. 16 Federico Chiesa, 24 Dusan Vlahovic, we are speaking about Serie A, could be something fantastic. Also, potentially in the future, a player like Dusan Vlahovic, you can even sell him for more money, especially if we know what are the new prices that are becoming the normality. Premier League, Saudi Arabia, etc., etc. But there is a consequence. There is a huge consequence of having Dusan Vlahovic at Juventus, of having Federico Chiesa, that we will come back in a second on him, at Juventus, of having not being able to sell a big player, to not being able to cash in a lot. Well, the consequences is that at the moment Juventus is not entering the set parameters of financial recovery, and that's a big problem, because if we were able to send a lot of players on loan, saving a bit on the salary, we were not able to do a lot of sales. So not a lot of cash money entered the bank. Weston McKennie is still here. And you know, that was one of the players that could potentially bring you a lot of money. He's still at Juventus. And he's still part of the team. He already played in the second half against Udinese. Probably tomorrow he will play again. Is he a player that will remain at Juve and that will miss the opportunity to replace him for another player on the right side? Could be. But that's a problem. The consequences are that Juventus will probably have to inject some money again in September, October with another capital gain. Not to do mercato, so don't dream about it, but actually to make sure that we can breathe again. And that will make all the supporters happy, because who cares where the money is coming from, you will tell me. And you are correct. But this is not a healthy situation. That's a big problem. And also players like Rovella leaving because he had to leave because there was no space anymore. So you have a lot of consequences. Matthias Soulé, that according to the latest news next week could go to Frosinone on loan. Caio Jorge, that could go on loan to Frosinone. Frabotta, that will go to Barri. These are all the things that are nearly done. By the way, Soulé to Frosinone, it's not a surprise. You know that his best friend is Enzo Barrenechea, that already played a few minutes last time against Frosinone. So you see, we have to make sure that we are leaving. And one of the players that could possibly suffer from it is Ealing Jr. Because at a certain moment you will have to cash in. So if Ealing Jr. tomorrow goes to Nottingham Forest or to another team for 20-25 million euro, it is because we have to re-enter and we had to sell. So will we be sad? Probably yes, but it's something that we have to do at a certain moment. No, if we speak about the continuity, about Federico Chiesa, yesterday Liverpool, Klopp, fantastic, because yesterday he said Salah will go nowhere. He stays at Liverpool, which is great because that means that they will not go for Federico Chiesa. Federico Chiesa more and more staying at Juve, we can say 100%. And now from that moment on, Juventus, when the mercato is over, will make it a priority to extend the contract of Federico from 2025, maybe going to 2027. That contract is special because it's a contract where you will have to increase the salary, which for Rugani, for example, is much simple because you will have to decrease his salary. So here we'll have to discuss. So, or Chiesa extends immediately, October, November, or it can become a problem. But for now, we can say that Chiesa and Vlahovic will remain at Juve, except of one possibility. If Real Madrid is knocking on the door with a lot of money, because you know it, Paris Saint-Germain keeps Mbappé. You know that Bayern Munich went for Lewandowski. You know that a lot of strikers moved or stayed in their club. And the Real Madrid that I saw yesterday, because I was watching the second half, they really miss a number 9. But really, yesterday Bellingham, again, fantastic game. He's the only one that at the moment is able to score goals for Real Madrid. Well, if they knock on the door with a bag of money, I am not sure that Vlahovic can stay. So for that one, alert, ears open, eyes open until the 1st of September. Now that we spoke about all these different things, what is the update going towards Juve Bologna? Paul Pogba is giving fantastic, beautiful signs, and that's good one. He could potentially play a few minutes against Bologna. Keane has recuperated totally, and he will be called up. The same starting 11 could be, so continuity. Max Allegri that will stop the narrative of he's never putting the same players 2 games in a row, or not even, 2 same formation in a season, so he can break that narrative. And then Fagioli that is doing fantastically well. Yesterday I think he was impersonated by Zinedine Zidane, which was really beautiful to see. Can we see tomorrow a few minutes for Dean Huijsen? That's the big question. If Kenan Yildiz was the one that made his official debut against Udinese, at home, maybe Dean Huijsen. So pay attention for that. Ragazzi, this afternoon I come with an update about the press conference of Max Allegri. I will not be able to do the live translation, so we'll see each other a bit later. Grazie, forza, Juve.